Meanwhile, Gricio, guided by Sue, closed her eyes. The wait wasn't long, only a few seconds, and the girl soon sensed an atmosphere that didn't belong to the forest. Is this the world where Nuva is? Yes, just as she expected, this is a world whose entertainment industry is highly developed. The residents living here are passionate about all activities that satisfy their spiritual needs. In the context of a bubble universe, their imagination is astounding, and their creativity often takes the form of novels, comics, and movies. Some of the ideas they convey can widely inspire others. There's no way Nuva could resist the allure of this world. Uncle Sue, have you found out where she is? Yes, I will now guide you to the bookstore where she is. But it's essential to not engage with the residents here. Acts such as communication or offering assistance would disrupt the equilibrium of the mental projection, leading to the forced termination of the observation. After all, you're not physically in this world. Yes, I understand. This man sounds happy, but his color is a green gray. Gray, a color I'm familiar with. They seem to be talking about movies. A long time ago, little Alicia filmed a movie with everyone. Although Uncle Sue isn't rushing me, I better go get Nuva first. As Sue mentioned, at the end of the alley, there was a uniquely decorated bookstore. However, just as Gricio was about to follow the crowd into it, Sue stopped her. Gricio, there's a change in plans. It seems Nuva has seized the chance of my projecting you-psych here to leave. Wow, Nuva is that sharp? She knew my energy was limited. It's impossible for me to closely monitor her activity or remotely guiding another person. In truth, she's been playing this cat-and-mouse game since the first Pioneers gathering. No wonder Fushi wasn't worried at all, and you seem to be enjoying it as well. Indeed, after playing this many times, I could predict where Nuva might go to read comics next. We just need to verify the possibilities one by one. Of course, to save time, once you confirm the specific destination, I'll teleport you there directly. Uncle Sue, let's go take a look at the cat cafe. A quiet and cozy atmosphere often sparks inspiration. She might go there because of this. Of course. After searching inside the cat cafe, Gricio quickly concluded that Nuva hadn't been there. However, another group of curious beings noticed this observer from another world. The girl carefully shifted her steps, trying to leave the circle of cats as gently as possible. Yet her decision to leave without playing with the cat didn't sit well with the cat. Sorry, I promise you next time I'll pet all of you. cats have unpredictable personalities and heightened senses compared to humans, this response is difficult to avoid. So, where are we heading next? Although it's very unlikely, taking Nuva's personality into account, let's investigate the restaurant. With that thought in mind, the girl entered a restaurant that smelled enticing. But this time, she still couldn't find Nuva and made herself hungry in the process. Why? I can feel hunger even as the projected psych. Seems we need to pick up the pace if we want to have lunch. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that this is the place Nuva is most likely to be. In the last cat and mouse game, Ch41 also said something similar. The result, on the other hand, a crowded arcade is a good place to hide, but definitely not suitable for reading. You're right, I should have thought that through. Don't worry, it's just a game. So, where's our next stop, Grisil? Uncle Sue, I've been wondering about something. This is my first time at the Pioneers Gathering. The playing cat and mouse in the world observed by the second divine key has occurred many times in the past. So I assume Nuva is acting on the premise that this year's cat will be me. If there's any place that's perfect for the reading yet I avoid, it must be... Somehow, even though she had a clear intuition, she still hesitated about revealing the answer. Nuva should be at a place I currently can't access. For example, making a miner go to a place like that to find you. How cunning. No, this goes beyond being cunning. It's clearly cheating. Hey, I heard that. It's called being versatile, you know. Saying this, Nuva landed her chopstick on pan-fried tofu before Fushi could, split it in half, and smugly popped one half into her mouth. However, the very next second, the scalding inside the tofu destroyed her composure. It's so hot! Here's cold water. Saved. Nuva, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Mr. Nice Water saved me. Thank you. You're most welcome. Good thing you didn't eat too much, or you could have really burned your esophagus. How about I cool down this plate of tofu for you? That's way too rough. Anyway, let's try the noodle I made first, or they'll stick together. As for Nuva, you can take your time before eating. Grisil, are you learning to use chopsticks? This is a good chance to teach you. With regular practice, you'll master it in less than a month. Okay. The group chatted casually as they ate, and before long, the food on the table was emptied. I'm full. Thanks everyone. I'll do the dishes later. Good thing you have a sense of responsibility. Yeah, I need a table for tea and chat. Gricio, do you have any new plan after finishing the concept artwork for me? I haven't decided yet. Oh, if my previous statement, Gricio loved us so much, of course she wouldn't want to leave, is bothering you, then I take it back. Whether you choose to live with us on Mount Taixuan or continue your global travel, we'll support you either way. By the way, is the Ark still at the launch site of the moth? Yes, Kevin and I restarted the automatic repair system left by VLV, and in about half a year, the Ark should be restored to its former state. Regardless, there's no rush to make this decision. You'll have plenty of time to think it over. Okay, thank you, the girl replied. Yet a particular thought slipped through her fingers like melting ice, tumbled to the ground, and eventually dissipated into faint wisp of smoke, fading away in the warm sunlight. As if it had never been born. In the afternoon, Nuva succeeded in pestering Gricio into bringing out the finished concept artwork. Although she wasn't entirely satisfied with it herself, everyone present praised it quite highly. Regardless, the figure sculpting process started amidst a tad too lively atmosphere. At dinner, Nuva, still not fully content, took it upon herself to perform the story of Jing Wei, a myth she wrote. Perhaps it was the alcohol, but her voice, despite sounding tipsy, carried more power and emotion than usual. As she finished the story, before the diverse reaction of the audience, Nuva, wearing a beaming smile, fell into Fuxi's embrace. And with that, this day finally came to a close. Mr. Knight, are you asleep? Not yet. What is it, Gricio? I want to ask you one more question. I'm listening. Mr. Knight, what have you been thinking today? It's about you, I'll admit, but nothing complex. I just want to know, Gricio, are you happy today? If it's just that, you could have asked me directly. No need to wait until evening, right? But it's only considered one day when it's evening, you know? Well then, today I'm really happy. It's like walking on cotton candy, where every step is sweet. But Mr. Knight, I can see that you're not happy. Seeing you feeling down made me not that happy anymore. Mr. Knight, is there something bothering you? Would you like to talk to me about it? If you're worried, I'll tell the others. We can do the pinky swear. Thank you. Thank you, Gricio. It's a bit late now, and kids shouldn't stay up too late. I promise you, when tomorrow comes, I'll tell you what's on my mind. You keep your word, won't you? I will. Filled with anticipation for tomorrow, the girl quietly clasped the nice pinky and fell fast asleep. Thus, a new day began. But really. From ages ago, across seas and lands, the mind space had always been the most elusive. Unrestricted by time and space, connected shapelessly to one another. Even though she was thousands of miles away, she would still seem so close. But right now, the owner of this elusiveness seemed to have encountered some trouble. Y'all, come have a look at perfection. This is so much better than the 凤凰 something. A brick hitting the ground gives you peace. The crisp sound makes it music to my ears. I never expected this brick to be such a great weapon. How's that? Don't you feel honored to admire the great Herrscher of Sentience, domineering and unparalleled dynamic? Dynamic. Don't you get it? The great Herrscher of Sentience weapon has to be adaptive to every situation. It can morph itself into 18 different types and easily change its form without restraints. It can become things you can't even imagine. If I wanted, it can turn into a foldable stool for the old-timer when she's tired of the journey. No matter what it becomes, it's still technically part of me. So that would be... What are you murmuring about? What do you mean, a part? Nothing. With her sluggish style of traveling, she wouldn't move for weeks if I put a chair underneath some shade. So you conjured all these monsters to take your anger out on them. It's bad for myself to bottle it up. Since the old-timer isn't here, fighting and smashing with a brick is therapy for me. We end up here and we can't contact the old-timer. Yeah, I'm very concerned about that indeed. I couldn't find Fu Hua when I woke up, and the first person I thought about was you. After all, your mind space can be connected directly to Fu Hua. Theoretically, as long as she's willing, you can talk to her no matter where she is. Unless she's ignoring you. How dare she? And what did I do to offend her? It's not our first fight. Don't tell me she learned to hold a grudge. So maybe Fu Hua really got into trouble. That's why we can't contact her. Watch what you're saying. What's in your head? But I've tried everything I could think of and still couldn't hear from her. I said that I would always accompany her on her journey, but now... Enough! Any danger that can trap her have either been obliterated long ago or something that she willingly stepped into. As long as she minds her own business, nobody under the sun can do anything to her. Maybe she suddenly realized that staying in one place too long is boring. Might as well have somewhere new to immerse herself in the richness of the world. But it's not like Fu Hua to leave without a word. That's because she can't put down her pride and doesn't want to admit that she has a bad traveling style. Get yourself together. Maybe she'll come back when she's had enough fun. Feels like you're describing yourself. Monsters, again. Didn't you say you already vented? Hey, do I look like someone who throws tantrums? Those monsters have nothing to do with me. Isn't this your mind space? Strange, they stopped. So they are making a joke out of me. The anger she had vented instantly returned to her. The Herrscher of Sentience toyed with the brick in her hand as she furiously searched for the source of this infuriating mass. Who's there? How dare they get clever in front of the Herrscher of Sentience? You must be tired of living. Just as she finished, the weird illusions of those monsters in her mind space dissipated and merged, finally forming a lonely ball of optical haze. Why did a ball of mist suddenly appear? A petty trick. If you know what's good for you, show yourself and let me beat you up. But this ball of optical haze could easily control those monsters in your mind space. We should take caution. Why are you putting yourself down? This fella is just a coward who hides in the shadows. Hey, Fushi, get behind me. Fushi turned to look at the Herrscher of Sentience, who was still waving her brick around. She questioned herself if she had misheard. But the Herrscher of Sentience's annoyed voice rang in her head again. Snap out of it. The haze isn't normal. Who knows what it can do? I'll strike when it lets its guard down. Hey, you came all the way here but chose to hide. Are you intimidated by my dynamics? Serves you right. Get out there, or I'll make you regret it. The Herrscher of Sentience waved the brick in her hand impatiently at the ball of haze, until a soft sigh was heard from it. It seemed like the other party didn't know how to begin. Hello, Herrscher of Sentience. So you know who I am and intentionally came to pick a fight. Well, I guess everyone across the 7 seas has heard my great name. How troubling it is to be so famous. Herrscher of Sentience, in a way, we have quite the affinity. But today, I came to ask you for a favor, one that only you can do for me. How brazen of you! You intruded my mind space, and now you want my help. Dream on. But your voice does sound somewhat familiar. Where have I heard it before? She has way too many memories. I can't recall off the bat. Hey, who are you? Why must I help you? That's not important. You just have to know that you cannot refuse this favor. And why is that? First things first, don't try to trick me into some other bubble universe. I can find the old-timer myself. No, on the contrary, I hope that you can stay here.